I said the same thing to Tina Knowles. You guys put in the work, and obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids.
What work does she put in?
In the hair.
Okay, yeah, maybe absolutely right. And the styling.
The styling.
The imaging, you're right.
She claimed to have preyed on the name, and different aspects of that.
Sure.
So, yeah. It's a joint effort.
We'll stop now.
Yes, sorry, did I say something wrong?
No. I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
My grandmother was a seamstress. My grandparents did not have enough money. They could not afford my mother's Catholic school tuition. So my grandmother sewed clothes for the priests and the nuns and made the uniforms for the students in exchange for my mother's education. She then passed this gift down to my mother and taught her how to sew. When we were starting out in Destiny's Child, high-end labels, they didn't really want to dress for Black country curvy girls. And we couldn't afford designer dresses and couture. My mother was rejected from every showroom in New York. But like my grandmother, she used her talent and her creativity to give her children their dreams. My mother and my Uncle Johnny, God bless his soul, designed all of our first costumes and made each piece by hand, individually sewing hundreds of crystals and pearls, putting so much passion and love into every small detail. So to my mother, my uncle, my grandma, thank y'all. Thank you for showing me to never take no for an answer. Thank you for showing me how to take risks, work hard, and live life on my own terms.
And you losing your mom at 26. Your brothers and sisters are older, they got their own families, and you feel so alone. And like, that's my best friend, you know, and in a lot of ways, he had an issue, but he was so kind to me. And it sounds crazy because that's not kind to cheat on somebody. I think he had an illness, but we were a team. And, you know, we had kids and we built a life together. We built businesses together. We connected on so many levels. So I don't know. When I look at it now, I can't believe I stayed there for that long. Self-esteem issues, obviously. You know, those nuns telling me I wasn't good enough. So I was like, I'm lucky to have somebody that's successful and smart.
Did you ever
better than me?
Did you ever?
In some ways, you think that.
Yeah. Did you ever? I was going to say, did you think it was because you weren't doing enough, that you weren't enough for him? Did you think that?
Oh yeah, at times. Yeah. I think you do go through that when somebody cheats on you, and it also keeps you in a cycle of. It's kind of like somebody slapping you in the face, and then you don't get to recover, and then you get another slap in the face. You can't really get your strength up, you know.
Let's slow it down, let's talk it through. Intentions clear, what's real, what's true. No fairy tales, no empty claims. Love is effort, not just names. Ask the questions people skip. Commitment shows and follow through, not lips. If it's worth it, it survives the miles. Distance tests, but love decides.
Hello, welcome back. Mathew Knowles, Beyonce dad, worked out of an interview when his wife, Tina Knowles' contribution toward his daughter Beyonce's success. That's what we're covering today in our Love Under the Spotlight rubric. But in the other hand, we have a letter coming from a woman who feels like her daughters have her own rival. And then we are left to wonder, since when families' love turned into competition? If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. My name is Michelle D. Today, we are gonna go deep. So fasten your seatbelt and don't go anywhere. And once more, welcome back. I don't do this alone. I do this with my co-host. They are in the studio today and they're here, they're ready, and we're all gonna dive into these topics. I see that we have CB here. Hi CB, how are you doing?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening. Happy Monday. Happy new week.
Happy
How you
Monday.
doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you? How was your week and weekend?
My week was great. It was fine.
Okay.
So, I'm happy to be here. This is a very interesting topic. Very,
Yes.
very interesting one.
Did you watch that? Like the internet is just going like crazy. The internet is going crazy over that man, Mathew Knowles, walking out of an interview. And mind you, it takes a lot to put an interview with someone as important. I mean, it's not anyone we're talking about. We're talking about Beyonce's dad. That's a big deal. So it gets up when his wife, I mean, his ex-wife is mentioned, you know, and he asked, you saw on in that interview, he asked, what did she do? What contribution did she make toward Beyonce's success? And the interviewer is like, and then he goes like, hey, I'm out, I'm done, you know? And this is just mind blowing, and everyone is just left with like jaw dropping, like what is going on? It's like, what contribution did she make toward Destiny Child? Because that's kind of how Beyonce started, and toward Beyonce success. So, what are your thoughts around that? I mean, give us some gist if you heard anything, you know.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for this opportunity. I watched the interview. I
Okay.
mean, Fumi covered it. You know, Fumi on YouTube, she covered it. So
Yeah.
when I watched it, I was like, whoa, I was very impressed with how Fumi covered that in yes, the whole interview and how she broke everything, the analysis and everything. I was really impressed because she was literally speaking my mind.
Yeah.
Everything she said was on point and it was something that I would definitely say because I mean, you're a grown man, even a granddad. Let's not let's leave that part. He's a granddad and he did that. To think that you cannot put I don't know, how do I put this without sounding really rude? Because walking out on that interviewer, first of all, is an insult, is a slap.
I felt so
That's
bad
like
for him.
saying,
Did you see that interviewer wiping his face? You can tell that the guy was so maybe nervous, like sweating, like
yes, of course. And he was trying to he was trying to be polite
yes,
and he was trying to also stay calm and professional so that it doesn't come off as, rude or being too emotional. You know, that part where Beyonce said her grandmother could not afford her mom's Catholic tuition fee. So
yeah,
the grandmother had to sew uniforms for the nuns and the rest of the people in the convent just to make enough money. And also, at the beginning of her career, there was nobody wanted to design costumes for them, and then her mom picked up the whole sewing talent. The grandmother put her through and she was like, no, we can do this.
yeah.
That is Tina Knowles and Uncle Johnny, according to Beyonce. So these two people, it's not easy. As of that time, it's unlike now where you can, maybe the stereotype is not that bad. As of then, black girls, it was hard to actually succeed or get what you want. So it was a very trying time for them. And then they ended up, making how do I put this now? Because the whole thing is making me emotional. They ended up becoming victorious at the end of the day. Look at Beyonce today. Beyonce is a big star. She has won several Grammys. According to her,
Trending.
she said she failed. Yes, she said she lost 46 times. but she has won 23 times. That's a success story that everybody should be applauding. And then this interview with Mathew Knowles, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that his name properly because man's beginning to annoy me. Walking out on that interview, like it's just like saying, I don't care about your efforts, I don't care. As long as you're asking me questions that makes me want to give credit to my ex-wife. Come on. Coach Michelle, do you know that Beyonce fired him?
I know, I heard.
I mean,
Yes. Yeah,
yes,
yes.
this type of attitude. Why will a grown man be acting like a spoiled brat that lost his candy? I'm not
Hmm.
sorry to say that. And then the fact that people were saying, okay, fine, one person cannot make a child, right? Did you
Yeah.
hear that part where Fumi said they're
She has.
asking Tina, yes, what she contributed to Beyonce, what her contribution to Beyonce's success is,
Hmm.
and then she said, "Oh my gosh, Tina literally brought Beyonce to the table." Like when you ask a woman, "What do you bring to the table?"
Yes.
You see, it was
Yes.
like she brought a whole Beyonce, the Beyonce that we have all come to know and love, the Beyonce that we are all gushing about. You see? So someone was in the comment section saying, but Matthew was financing the whole thing, that he shouldn't have been sidelined.
It
People will
doesn't
always
only
get
take
emotional.
finances. It doesn't only take finances to make it happen. There's a lot of things
That
going on in the backstage for any success
exactly.
that we see.
That right there is the problem, ma. The fact that and if you want to compare this to some homes, some marriages, some men feel that once they've dropped money, that's all they bring. No value, nothing. You don't bring any other thing, no emotional support, nothing. You feel like money is not enough. Sorry. I don't care how much you're bringing to your family. I don't care how much you're dropping. Money is not enough. And then just because you're financing something, it doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful and insensitive. I don't know if you're getting me.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it's the same thing like you being a successful man with kids and you have a stay-at-home wife. It will be an illusion for you to think that because that woman is staying home, she's not contributing. It is so wrong because this woman, too, at the end of the day, I promise you, she's even doing more than you. Because for you to go work like with peace of mind, knowing that your children are well taken care of, knowing that you're going to come home to a clean, balanced home, knowing that how can you overlook that? How can you
Yeah,
belittle
Coach
that?
Michelle. The fact that he walked out of that interview, he just showed us a little bit, like a tip of the iceberg of what Tina went through in that marriage. That just shows that, look, a lot of people, you don't know, sometimes your actions, your attitude outside, you don't know you're actually revealing a lot. Just these few seconds we've seen on this interview, we can tell a lot about him. He's the kind of person that doesn't listen. He has pride, he has dirty ego, he has a spirit of unforgiveness. Nobody's saying Tina did not, do something in the marriage that maybe pissed him off, that caused their separation. No, that's not the point here. Bro, you're not even matured. Let me call you bro, since you don't respect yourself. You're not even matured enough to hide your bad character. You brought it out in the open. You are a dad, you are a granddad. What kind of example are you setting for your kids and your grandkids? You see, that right there is the problem. Oh,
You
I
know what?
brought the money, so
You know what, CB? It is so funny. Like I couldn't believe my mind. And let's talk about you. You just mentioned now that maybe Tina did something that upset him in a marriage. Mind you, the reason why Tina divorced him is because they had kids, maybe like one or two,
outside.
outside
Yes,
of
yes,
marriage. You heard that interview toward the end that she had with Oprah, and she's saying that
yes,
like because of her low self-esteem, no matter how, no matter what it would do, like cheating on her, she will still like talk herself into believing that hey, at least a very successful man is in your corner. A very successful
Mm-hmm.
man loves you. So because she didn't feel like she could be worth more love out there, and she's like, I had kids, which is the story of a lot of women who stay in abusive marriages. She was like, I have young kids. This man is out there cheating on me. Like, if I leave, I'm not going to be comfortable bringing any man next to my children. And that's why she ended up being married to him, like, what, 30 years? And now she's like, even now, and it's so amazing. Like, even now, she said, I love him like a brother. And if I was in trouble, I would say, because that man defended me more than anyone in this world. And
Hmm.
if I was in trouble, I would still want him to be in my corner, the way he would stand up for me. So I wanted to put both things out there so that we can see both perspectives. Him, on the other hand, being so offended that they are mentioning his ex-wife toward the success of his daughter. But in the other hand, this is what she thinks of him. And mind you, he was the one who cheated. He was the one who had babies outside. But he is the one who cannot stand her name being mentioned. And she's, in the other
Hmm.
hand, is the one saying that man, yes, I think maybe he had a sort of illness that will make him not keep his things, his pants, his zipper up.
Oh my God.
I think he had an illness. Like, she wants to justify that like that, like, like a philander is actually a
Hmm.
medical term for those people. She's like, I think he had, but meanwhile, I mean, I love him. He's like a brother to me. The way he defended me, even now, if I was in trouble, I would still want this man to be in my corner.
Hmm.
And I'm like,
So, yeah.
this is the typical case. We see this every day. The person that is being mistreated, the person that is being abused on, is usually the person who will not even say bad about the other person. But the person who is doing all the mistreating, all the abuses, is oftentimes the one that will go on being so repulsive of the other person that they mistreated. I'm like, how? This is a typical case, guys. I mean, you think about it, this happens every day.
It does. And it's bad because do you know what I see here? Tina is shining.
Yes.
Tina is shining. And there are some men that actually cannot stand the fact that a woman is actually surviving and doing so much better than them. Like, they're like, how? How is she surviving without me? Oh, I thought she would.
Yeah, I thought
Be
she would.
careful when you're in love.
Mhm,
When you make statements like, I can't do without you, babe.
mhm, mhm.
And then you go your separate ways and you can do without that babe. Come on, it's not fair. He
Yes,
didn't think that she was going to survive it, honestly, because you see, when some of these men are, you know when they are maltreating their wives, they feel like that's the end of the road for them. And then
yes.
women these days are showing men that, look, my life does not revolve around you, and you're not my world. You're not the air that I breathe. So if you leave, I'll be fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, a
You know
typical
what?
example
You
is
know,
your.
you know what make them think like that, CB? You know what make them think like that? And
Mm,
we have a proverb. We have a popular saying in the French culture that, I mean, in my native language, that usually people will measure the how deep waters are with a stick, right? Usually, when people get in a relationship, that's what they do. They do stuff to you, and you take it, right? They do like a little bit. That's why it's so important to set boundaries in the beginning of the relationship. Is crucial. I'm telling you, because that little thing that you're overlooking today is gonna amplify as you head deep into that relationship. It is so important, like during dating phase, during that early stage in a marriage, it's so important to set boundaries, because those little things that are happening today, and you go like, huh, it's not a big deal. Huh, well, I can do with it. It's okay, I can do with it. And then in yourself, you convince yourself that things will get better. The other person will treat me better. Uh, Maybe they're flirting with other girls today. It's not a big deal. I mean, they marry me, African culture. Like if your parents would say, didn't they marry you? Why are you looking what is happening out there? Yeah, are you hungry? Don't you have a roof over your head? Don't you have clothes over your back? Why are you looking what he's doing? Those little things. And then what happens in the other person's psychology, like the cheater, the flirter, what happens is that is it become convinced after you put up with that for like 5 years, 10 years, it become convinced that it's because you're desperate. You can't go anywhere. Without them, you can amount to anything. Because even them, they know they're treating you badly. They know they're not being fair to you. They know it. But you're there. You're putting up with it. So they get convinced that the reason why you're putting up with it is because there's no way, there's no way out for you. It's because there's nothing out there for you. That's why. But they don't understand, especially in the psychology of a woman, that the only reason a woman will put up with your misbehaviors is because she is convinced that you are going to change. You don't know that. You're thinking that the reason why she's putting up with it is because she cannot do without you. But no. And this is why oftentimes you see, even here in North America, sadly, sometimes these cases turn into tragedy. Why? Because you mistreat her, she takes it for so many years, and one day she decides that, you know what, there's no hope here. It's been 15, it's been 20, it's been 30 years, like with Tina. There's no hope here for me. I'm out of here. And then she goes out there and she will discover herself. And you are left to wonder, oh, I thought she couldn't live without me. How come she's shining? Just what you just said, CB. How come she's shining? How come she's looking so much better? How come she's doing so much greater things?
That's
And
because the society and the world at large has told women that they cannot live without men. So women are beginning to prove them wrong.
yeah. And you see, sometimes this same man will come and harm her. We've seen that here. It was when 2021, this Cameroonian lady, she had divorced this man, like the way this man treated her. I mean, it's after the fact that we heard the story. Like even this guy friends were not okay with the way he was treating his wife. Like one of his friends came forward and testified on the fact that he himself had advised this man that this is not how to treat your woman. Why are you treating her like that? So she was fed up. At some point, she couldn't take it anymore. She divorced him. She had custody of the. I mean, it was shared custody. The kids were with her on weekdays. On weekends, the man would come and pick up the kids. And mind you, she started dating the lawyer who helped her in the divorce case, right? White guy. This lady, she's Cameroonian. She started dating. She was Cameroonian. She started dating her. Him. She was happy. She was, she was just a nurse, working, raising her kids, dating this great guy, a lawyer. And this other guy, her ex-husband, the Cameroonian guy, couldn't fathom the idea that this woman that I used to treat like a piece of nothing was happy. He couldn't take it. Mind you, I was in the same group. You have all Cameroonians in the US, in North America group on Facebook. The guy was in this group. One day, someone posted in that group that, hey, you guys need to stop like making it so difficult for us once we break up with you, because we are with you, you don't treat us well, and the moment we break up with you, you start like saying crazy stuff about us, you start doing all kind of crazy stuff, and you wouldn't even reflect over the fact that the reason why we broke up is because of your behavior. You wouldn't even take accountability for that, but you will start like saying nasty stuff about us and stuff like that. That guy commented, he dropped a comment on that post that, I don't care what you guys say. I'm going to have a barbecue party this weekend. And if you want to, you can have yours too. Sad story. Heartbroken story. CB. That very same weekend. I don't know. He came to drop the kids. right? He came to drop the kids, or she came to pick up the kids after the end of the weekend. He pulled out his gun, ended his wife, ended himself, and left the 3 children.
No.
And I
Oh my
went back
God.
reading the post of this guy. He was like, I'm having a barbecue party this weekend. I don't care what you guys say. If you want to go, have yours. It's sad. It is just sad. It is sad, guys. But it happens. Like, I saw this man, like his behavior during this interview. I'm like, it's typical. This happens every day. A
Very
predator,
typical.
very typical.
Yes.
Happens every day, every day, every day. They get used to the fact that you are nothing, to the fact that you have a low self-esteem, to the fact that you feed off the toxicity that they're bringing in the relationship. They get used to it. They get comfortable with it. They vow on to you if you decide.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say that if you're not with them, you're automatically a bad woman. They don't care. And sometimes if they know someone who is going to elevate you, they try to stop it. They like try to block everything. Like, no, she can't get it. Or, oh, you're associating with my ex-wife, then we can't be friends. I can't speak to you. Nothing. What's that? So they do these things. And let me tell you a typical example of, one of my encounters. When a guy asks you out and you say no, can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me? 'Cause
well,
okay, and you say no, the next thing is you will die single, you will grow old. Hello, that grow old. Amen. Because I want to live long.
yes.
Yes. And then it's like you die single and lonely. Honey, have you met me? I'm an introvert. I know it doesn't sound like it, and people like, no, you don't know what you're saying. No, I'm an introvert. I love my personal space a lot. I
Yeah.
can be I can be in the and my siblings will testify to this. One of them is already in the comment section. I can be in the house and everybody's chatting in the living room, and I'll lock myself in my room. Just me. You even knock the door, it's like you're disturbing my peace. So when
Yes.
someone says, "Oh, don't you feel lonely?" No, that's the problem right there. If you cannot enjoy your own time, if you cannot enjoy, how do I put this right now? If you cannot be on your own, you need to, especially if you know you're not a twin, please, you came into this world alone. You're going
Even
to live.
if
Yeah, you should find a way to enjoy your me time, like a personal time. Don't have people in your company all the time. Have you met me? Because you're saying, oh, the funny thing is, when you tell them you're not interested, they start insulting you, they call you all sorts of names, they slut shame you. I'm sorry for that language. They even call you the other one, the GAY. They'll say
yeah.
that's what you're doing. That's why you're not saying. And do you know that okay, you will not find anyone like me. They do that all the time. Like, what is your problem? Why can't you accept rejection? Haba, calm down.
And that
I must
tells you
not say yes.
about who they are, right? That tells you a lot. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
I cannot say yes to everybody that asks me out now. I have to say no. And saying no means maybe I've access to you or my spirit. There's no connection. I don't feel a connection.
Yeah.
And I say no. And sometimes here in Nigeria, Coach Michelle, they do this a lot. One was asking me out, and the next thing is, I'm not going to be in Nigeria forever. I'm going to leave. I'll take you to America. Bro, first of all, no offense to Americans. I don't like America. I don't intend to live in America. I don't like America. I know they pre-make anything carry me, they go there. But if there'll be anything that'll take me to America, let it be millions of naira, please. Let it be big money. I don't like America. If I want to relocate, I'm not looking at America. So don't don't come at me with I'm going to relocate. Don't look at me. Oh, I have a bright future. No, that's not how to have. That's not it. It is me that will look at you and tell if you have that potential to be great, if you have a future, if you have common sense.
And
And beer is not
that
common
is
sense. You
so
could have
much
you
more
could
important.
have beards and you don't have sense. You understand?
Yes.
So So
All right.
that's basically it. I don't know. Men, you guys need to learn how to accept rejection,
Yes,
please. You
yes.
cannot say yes to everybody.
I am
Thank
so
you.
sorry, Miss Elise and Luke. So CB, you were able to join as an admin, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So I'm so sorry, CB. You should have left them in. So they've been here, and I was about to text them on WhatsApp that, hey guys, where are you? Are you guys coming? And guys in the comment section, I don't see a lot.
Apologies.
It's okay. I don't
Apologies. I got carried away. I'm sorry.
I don't see a lot of likes going, guys, in the comment section. It's kind of like lagging today. I don't know if a lot of our friends didn't join today. I don't know. Guys, share in the comment. Share, guys, in the comment. Share in different, you know what to do. And please, I want to see some likes. I don't see no heart going, Miss Elise, you're here. I don't know if you heard you followed this story, the interview of Mathew Knowles getting up and working out of the interview when his wife contribution toward the success of Beyonce was mentioned. It was like, what did she put in? And the guy was like, well, she did the styling and stuff. It's like, okay, styling. And then the interviewer said that, well, it was a team effort. And then it just woke up. It just got up from his seat and be like, I'm out of here. And I don't know if you guys watched that video in the beginning, Miss Elise. And the same lady, and after that, you can hear Beyonce in the next video saying that she is so grateful to her mom because her mom was her stylist. She and her and the Destiny Child, the other girls, her mom did all the sewing, all the designing clothing that they wore those time, the hair, all of that. And it's because of her mom resilience. Her mom wouldn't take no for answer, and that taught her something, and that helped shape the person that she have become today. And she was just so grateful to her mom. But in the other hand, that is like, what did mom do? What did Tina do? And Tina also during an interview said that, yes, this man cheated on me, but because he was so kind to me, because he stood up for me more than anyone else, that's why I end up staying so long in that marriage. And to be honest, when I look back, I don't know what made me stay that long. I guess I will have a low self-esteem. But she also said something that even now I don't hate him. I love him as a brother. And if never ever needed someone to be in my corner, this he would be the one. Like, she didn't say anything bad about him. But you're just like, what is going on? Since when these things became competition? Miss Elise, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I just feel like the father is just he's just bitter because the wife left him and he's alone and he's no longer benefiting of all the goodies and the money that he had access or privilege to. He's just an angry man, you know. The angry women, you know, when they say they're angry, nagging women, they are also angry, bitter men, you know. When they don't realize their dreams or things don't go as they plan, they become bitter. And he's one of them. You saw in one of the interviews I saw on Facebook when they asked him of his former wife, he just ended the interview, you know.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's
that's what
just
I'm talking about. Yep.
yeah. So it will show you that he's just bitter because he wanted her to keep staying with him despite him cheating and being a nasty husband. And things did not just work for him. So he's regretting his action at the same time he's bitter. And he can beat himself up to say, how can you cause your own problem, you know, your own detriment? So
Hmm.
he's just a man that regrets his action. He wish he can take back time and behave normal and still do things the right way, but it's too late, you know. It's just too late to apologize. It's too late, you know. So we can sing that for him, you know, and it's too late. So he should bear his cross and follow Jesus. That's all we can tell him.
But the truth is that
Hallelujah.
I wish
Welcome,
you
Miss
had a good
Elise.
advisor, because it's never too late to do the right thing. You were the cheater, you were the person who had babies out there, and it's never too late. At least you have grandkids that you want to model something to, right? Yeah, they could be like, yes, grandpa messed up in the past, but grandpa learned from it. Now you're making it even worse. It's never too late to do the right thing.
No, Coach Michelle, it's never too late to do the right thing in your agenda, in your book. We don't have the same books, remember? Us, we don't have the same books. Some of us don't give second chances or 20 chances. You give chances forever. You're like Jesus. Some of us are not Jesus' daughters, you know. Some of us we don't do that. Sorry.
It's not about chances though. Like when I say it's never too late to do the right thing, this is regardless of how people take it. This is so that you can be at peace with yourself. You could be like, yes, 10 years ago I was and you know DICK, but now I'm a better person, and then you can sleep better with yourself at night. Even
Then Coach Michelle, what do you mean by sleep better at night when he can no longer sleep in a $1 million mansion, when he does no longer have all the privileges there? You know what I mean? Even if he meets another woman now, he's a good man, he's not going to have the same life. So he's never going to be okay with himself. He's going to be his lifetime regret of the mistake he made. That's what they say. There are some chances that come once in life. Hold them tight, because once you lose them, the people that come your way, you have to keep them, because once you lose those people, your life will never be the same. So this is one of the cases where he knows that he will never ever be the same again, no matter what woman he meets with. So I'm sorry, this is a lifetime regret. You should deal with it. Hmm.
look, do you have anything to say? Have you followed this story, or what would you say regarding the fact that a man cheats on his wife, and even though they built an empire together, because Beyonce is even more than an empire, and then this man wants to have all the credit for what his daughter has become. Do you have any comments on that?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Mr. Liz. Good evening, CB. Uh, actually, I'm just I'm blacked out, so I don't really have any comment on this story. I don't know about it. Just new to me.
But
Okay,
what
look, okay, I wanted to explain.
No, I was gonna say, look, what are your thoughts around like what I just explained earlier, that these are two people that were married and they built something meaningful, something great. Like look at Beyonce today. They did that. That was a joint effort. Yes, he bought all the money, he bought all the finances, but his wife in the backstage was the one making it happen, like the way the girls presented themselves. Like the entertainment industry is all about imagery. It's all about what you put out there, the way you appear, the way you present yourself. And she did all of those, the polishing, the design clothing, the hair. It's what we call branding. The wife contributed toward that. And this man, during an interview, when they asked him the interviewer mentioned that him and his wife were a team in making that happen, and he did not like that he worked out of the interview. Do you have any comment on that? Do you like? And then CB and I discussed this. Maybe you were in the backstage and you were listening to the conversation. A lot of men, this is a typical case that you see that every day. Just look around you, you see that two people are married. The one who is doing all the abuses, who is cheating, who is lying, who is lagging. The moment that the other person detached themselves, that person that was being abused will not go around telling crazy stuff about the abuser. But oftentimes, it's the abuser who always have things to say negative about the person they were abusing. And this is what we are seeing here. And this is typical case.
You know, I'm going to see it from a different angle.
Okay.
It can also go it can also go 50-50 both ways. I don't really know what happened in their marriage. I don't think anybody knows what happened in their marriage. It's what they say outside that we all talk about.
They had
We
a
don't really
couple
know
of
what.
outside of the marriage that people know.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's what we see outside. It's what we see outside. It's what they tell us outside and what we see happening outside. That's what we talk about. So most of us don't really know what really happened in their marriage. So I'm not really going to criticize the man 100% because it can also happen that the man is a victim too. So that's why I said I don't really know what happened. So it can also happen that the woman was cheating or the man was cheating. So it goes both ways.
You have said it. I know you're trying to balance. I know you're a guy, you're trying to kind of balance these things out, but I promise you
No,
that
no, it's not about balancing. It's not about being a guy. It's all what I feel about this story. What do I feel about this story? I think most people are trying to criticize the man and saying the man is a bad man, stuff like that. But me, I'm seeing from the angle that I don't really think everybody knows what's happened in their marriage, in their bedroom, before the man said that, before the man stopped the interview. I don't really know. I don't really think anybody knows why the man really stopped the interview. People are saying that the woman was the one funding it. Maybe it's true, maybe it's a lie. So that's why I said it goes both ways, 50-50. It's not about me balancing anything. It's not about me being a guy. Just how I feel about it. That was my take.
okay. Well, we the online in-laws, we take the facts that are put out there and we analyze. What about that? But anyway, CB, take some comments, please.
Coach Michelle, before I take some comments, Uncle Benno is in the building. Welcome, Uncle Ben. Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Usually, Uncle Ben is live at this time of the day. Hi, Uncle Ben. I hope you're fine. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. CB, put some comments,
Okay.
please.
Okay, let me start with this one. Hi Doris, welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe. It's a pleasure
Oh,
to have you here.
no,
So Doris is yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so Doris said, why should he as a man say, oh yes, I love her, I miss her? No, he has someone new. Why disrespect his new partner? Whoa. So I think Doris is reacting to the fact that there was nothing wrong with working out on that interviewer. Doris, please, if you're here, please defend yourself in the comment section. But that's the vibe I'm actually getting.
Yeah. And guys, if you want to come in the studio, please let us know and we will drop the link for you. If you feel like, hey, you have something to add on the topic, please let us know and like I said, we'll send you the link.
Okay, so the next comment is from Believe. And Believe is saying it's very bad of him to have treated a woman in such a way. Everything is not all about money. He's also reacting to the fact that he walked out on the interviewer.
Yeah.
And the next comment is from Juliet. Juliet is saying the man should not have reacted this way, especially since the wife has not said anything bad about him. How
Can
about
we
that? You
enlighten those
see?
comments on the screen, CB? Do you know how to put that
Oh,
on the screen? Yes, good.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty. Okay, so let me read that again. So Juliet is saying the man should not have reacted this way, especially since his wife has not said anything bad about him. See, I agree with Juliet. I mean, there's sometimes learn to control your emotions. Okay, the next comment is still from our new friend Doris. Doris is saying, maybe I don't get it, but when Tina Knowles had her man, no questions were asked about Tina and her ex-husband's relationship. I'm sorry, let me take that again. Maybe I don't get it, but when Tina Knowles had her man, no questions were asked about Tina and her ex-husband's relationship. He probably just didn't want to discuss anything about his ex. Whoa. But Tina did not react this way now, Doris.
I mean,
But
Doris,
Michelle, right?
and I feel like they weren't asking him about like his feelings. They were asking, this was about
Exactly.
the Destiny Child, because I think there was a concert that the Destiny Child were gonna perform. That's why like it kind of drew the attention of the media, right? And we know that Beyonce started as a Destiny Child. She was in that group. So it was about the group. So it wasn't about him, the husband, the ex-husband, or the dad, or the mom. It wasn't really about them. It was
It
about
was about her contribution.
her
Yes, to the
continuity.
success of
Like, even
Destiny's
if you're
Child.
married, like even if he's married to someone else now, saying that my ex-wife was great with the girls, she did a great job. Yes, I give her flowers. I don't think the other one will make you sleep on the couch because she said that. Yeah, I don't know,
Exactly.
Maurice, Tommy. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's take the next comment. So the next comment is from Favor. Favor is saying he has a nasty character. He should work on it. Oh, and I agree. Bro has a nasty character. I'm calling him bro, even though he's a granddad. So the next comment is from Doris. Doris is saying, did you all forget she got a younger man after him? She dumped him too. Whoa, Coach Michelle. Do you want to say something about this comment?
Well, what do we expect? Hold on. This man went out and had babies, right? And now
Mm-hmm.
she decided to get out of there. You mean she should put her life on hold? She should be like, because I was married 30 years, my life is over. That man cheat, and you remember that interview she had with Oprah Winfrey? She said it's like they slap you, someone slaps you on the face, and you're trying to recover, and they slap again. That means he did it repeatedly. It wasn't just an isolated incident. Coming back to you, Miss
Yes,
Elise.
she
Coming back
kept she kept forgiving him. Mm-hmm.
coming back to you, CB and Miss Elise, that said that women will not forget cheating. They will. They do all every day, all day. So she's like, it slaps. It's like I get a slap on the face, and I'm like trying to comprehend what's happening. Another slap, you know. So he did it repeatedly, and she's like, I don't even know what kept me there too long. So you mean after she finally gathered the strength to get out of there, she should have just become the shadow of herself. Is that what you're saying, Doris? I mean, I want to believe you're a lady,
No,
or
she exactly.
yeah. So that's what you would do. You'd be
She
like,
should not move on with her life. She should be looking like a homeless person. She should be depressed.
and then
That sort of thing.
we'll be the first one to criticize her and say that she should get over it. Like, come on, it's not because she divorced that now she should become the shadow of herself. How many times have we found ourselves saying that to other ladies? Like, since she left her husband or since the husband left her, she has not recovered. Come on, ladies, snap out of it. Come on, get back to living. Life is beautiful. Come on, enjoy your life.
Hmm.
No, the moment that she's not married anymore, because there is no allegations of her still being married and maybe like snooping around. No allegation, even himself. I'm pretty sure with this kind of attitude, if she had done that, it would be all over the tabloids. I'm pretty sure
Exactly. Yes.
he had done it.
It will be world news,
Yeah,
breaking news.
there you go. So I'm like, she's
Yes,
out of
and
she gathered the strength to get out of there, so she should not leave. I don't know. You tell us. Like maybe we should have a show about on how to navigate after the divorce. Maybe there's a way that society expects a woman to behave after she break free from a toxic marriage. Maybe there's a way that
marriage.
them to behave. I don't know, but yeah.
Wow. So this takes us to our next comment from Black Girl. Black Girl is saying women defend men more than they do to women, which is kind of sadly true. I mean, the whole women supporting women. Is that movement really strong, Coach Michelle? Or we're just on social media pretending to support each other?
Well, I am fair. You guys have seen me in this show. You remember it was like 3 weeks ago, that lady that was married and having babies outside. I was like, no way. Like, I don't, she's a woman. I'm a woman. I know Miss Alex, she's not here today. She was all for that woman. She was like, I'm right there with her. Her parents shouldn't have forced her to marry
Mm,
someone she didn't love. But I was like, no, you have to do the right thing at all times. When I say you, please, it's capital Y. That means man and woman. I don't care if it's a woman, if it's a man. If you do what is wrong, we have to call it out. Yeah.
exactly. So the next statement is from Sanusi. Sanusi is saying from Beyonce's statements, it shows that her mother contributed a lot to her upbringing, to her
Yeah.
success too. And
That
I
speech made
agree.
me emotional.
That's all. Mm.
You know, that
Yeah.
piece of her, like just honoring her mom on that stage, it made me emotional and it just reminded me of the struggle of being a black woman in America. It's not easy. Like
Hmm. It's
she
not
said
easy.
a lot of designers will not design clothing for black curvy girls. So her mom had to take on that burden. And I'm
Yes,
telling you,
Susan.
things have gotten so much better. Like just think like 20, 30 years ago, it was so much harder. So this woman, you can see that she is a very strong woman. She is resilient. Kudos to her for getting with that young guy.
Yes. Beyonce gave her her flowers. I mean, she's looking good. Is she
Yes.
not? She's a grandma that is slaying.
I'm
And
telling
that's the
you.
problem. Do you know that, Coach Michelle? For example, if a woman, if a woman is like a young widow, for example, and then in the next 3 months they see her, she's fine. Maybe she doesn't have puffy eyes, her eyes are not swollen, she smells nice. It's a problem. The next thing people are saying, are you sure this woman is missing her husband? Why is she looking so good? You're a widow. You shouldn't be looking this good, but a man can move on after 1 month. That's a conversation for another day. We
Oh, we
have a
had
lot
that
of
on
time
this
on this
channel,
program.
Sidi. We talked about that pastor who married 1 year day to day after
I
his
remember.
passed.
Yes, I remember.
1 year, meaning that he started courting the other lady like 6 months after his wife passed, and then a year later,
Mm,
on the very same month of his deceased wife, the very first month that she got buried, he got married to another wife. I'm telling you, if it was a woman, if the table was to turn, people would have gone cray, like what, mommy G? Oh, what?
exactly.
After your husband has passed, what is wrong with people? Well, that's life.
That right there is the why a lot of women are doing some things and they're like, you know what? Damn the consequences. I don't care. I don't
Hmm.
care what you think. I'ma live my life. I don't care. If my happiness and my peace of mind, if me looking good and glowing is going to make people cry, hey, here are some buckets. Fill them up.
Yeah, girl,
Yes, because
I'm
it's
telling
too
you.
much. It's too much, honestly. It's actually okay to say a woman suffering until she's your sister, until she's your daughter, until she's your mom. That's when you will now be like, no, it cannot happen. No, please, let's be balanced. Let's be fair. Women are going through a lot. Please, especially the good ones. Please.
Okay, are we done with the comments?
Yes, ma'am, we're done.
All right, guys. So we are gonna transition into the second part of our story, and we'll do that right after the break.
Let's slow it down, let's talk it through. Intentions clear, what's real, what's true. No fairy tales, no empty claims. Love is effort, not just names. Ask the questions people skip. Commitment shows in follow through, not lips. If it's worth it, it survives the miles. Distance tests, but love decides.
All right, guys. That's our letter. Anyone wants to read it, or should I read it?
Ma, I
Mm,
cannot see the letter. It's too small.
yeah, I can read it actually. I
Guys,
can read it.
you girls need
Stevie,
you girls need some
yeah,
glasses, you know.
yeah, Stevie is a doctor.
Can you
Yeah.
read it, Miss Elise? Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
read
I can. Yes, ma'am. I can read it.
it? Okay, go ahead
Miss
and read it.
Elise, Miss Elise, Miss Elise,
Yes,
can you please
ma'am.
hold on? Hold on,
Yes,
please, for a while. Let's
sure.
everyone please shout out to Biba K from the Real Farm. She joined us this evening. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you. Hi Clementina. Okay, sorry, Clement. Clementine, Emeka, if you're just joining us, please like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
Hi, Sister
Yeah, you can
Giba.
go
Thank
ahead,
you
Mr. Lee.
so much for being here. We usually go live every Sunday, so today is an exception because I was out of town. But thank you so much for being here, Clementine or Clementine. That's my mom's first name. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. All right. Oh yeah, Clementine is my mom. That's her. I saw her name. Yes. Thank you for being here.
Oh my,
Don't
oh
forget.
my goodness.
Mom, don't forget to share to all your friends. They have to connect. I know they will be like, you keep talking in English. We don't understand English. I'm telling you, almost my whole family back home, they're like, we don't understand what you're saying. Can you please start doing show in French? I'm like,
Uh,
yeah,
tell
one day,
them
one day.
they'll
Okay.
be they'll be all right.
English is a universal language. Let them bear with us, please. I
They
think
Thank
I
should
need
you.
to
catch up.
learn
They should
French
catch
so
up.
that I can translate.
You're right. All right, let's read the letter. Let's read the letter, Miss Elise.
Yeah, yeah. 1 second. I have a problem. The first word there. What is it before 45?
Before
Before before
my name is
before
Miss
me
T.
before
My name,
is it me? Is it Mrs.? Okay, my name is okay because I
yeah.
missed the first word. Okay, thank you. Dear Coach Michelle, my name is Mrs. G. I am 45 years old and I have been married to my husband who is 57 for many years. Together, we have 5 children, 3 daughters and 2 sons. My struggle is something I never imagined I would face as a mother. Sometimes I feel like my own daughters have become my rival in my own home. Welcome to the club. My daughters are 27, 25, and 23 years old. My my oldest has completed her studies but currently does not have a job. The father takes very good care of them. He gives them pocket money every month and whenever they want to go out, he gives them spending money. Recently, I overheard him telling my eldest daughter that he plans to give her money to start a business since she isn't working yet. But here is where my pain comes in. My husband never spends money on me. I have spent years struggling to make ends meet on my own. I run a small clothing business, and whatever I earn, I have I often contribute towards household expenses. Not long ago, I asked my husband for help so I could expand my business. He told me he didn't have any money, but shortly after that, I heard him promise our daughter that he would give her money at the end of the month. When it comes to me, there never seems to be money, not even for my personal needs. What hurts even more is that sometimes my daughter teases me and say that maybe I just don't know how to handle my husband properly. Coach, how does a woman deal with a situation like this? Because lately I feel like I may raise my own rival in my own home. Thank you. Wow, I have raised my own rival in my own home. Thank you.
All right, guys. So this is our letter. Um, what I told this is almost unbelievable, right? Like still talking about competition in the home, but at a different level. We just finished discussing Beyonce's parents. You can tell that there's a lot of competition there. Who did what? Who contributed what? But now there's another competition going on. This time behind closed doors, not under the spotlight. This is the woman who feels like she doesn't exist in her own home. It's all about her daughters. Like when it comes to her, her husband is no. I have nothing for you, woman. You go fend for yourself. But when it's come to his daughters, the apple of his eyes. They get everything they want. And she's like, and you can tell that she's sharing this from a place of struggle because you never want to feel like that toward your children. Every woman prays that their husband would love their kids because I mean women on this call, you will relate to this. The moment you have children, they are the most important people in your life. This is why oftentimes men will feel neglected the moment the kids they start having children, right? This is why some young couple will decide to not start having children until like 2, 3 years because they're like, I want all the attention. Because the moment that child comes, the attention shifts, especially from us women. These babies, little babies, become like the center of our universe. So this is difficult. You can tell that this woman is struggling here. She's like, I love these children. I love them. I want the best for them. But why do I feel like they are my rivals? How do I feel like that? So she's very confused. I don't know. I hope you can help her today. Guys, I really hope you can. And guys, listen, this is very close to my heart. This is close to my heart because in my family, there is a couple that is going through this. They've been going through this for a long time. Again, I wish we were doing this in French so that as soon as we finish, I could send that to that person. Like I'm related to the man who is doing this to him. I could send that to him. This guy, they live in Africa. This guy related to me, married to this woman. You know, in Africa, most people don't have the luxury that we have here. Like we have like breakfast in the house, we have cereal, we got milk, we got egg. Like in the morning, you actually have to go to the store and buy breakfast for the house. This man will go to the store in the morning to the next door shop, buy stuff for him and his kids. He wouldn't give any to his wife. This man will scoff his wife. He will be mad at his wife because she used money for something for her. Like I went back home for the holidays. This man is a high person in the administration. Like he works. He has a good job. He works for the government. I don't want to give too much details, right? He works for the government. The woman is a stay-at-home mom. She goes to the farm. The farm produced like some things and she sold and she made some money out of it. And I came into this discussion that the man was so angry that she took that money for herself. And he was like, our daughter needed some tutoring. I was going to use that money for her. I was going to do this for our daughter. How dare you touching that money? So, guys, this is real. This is a case that is very close to me, but she's not the one who sent this letter. This woman never complained, and it saddened me that she is married into my family. This woman going through this. So this is real. Men just forget in the moment you start giving them children, they forget that you exist. Everything around them resolve around their children. You can, if you want to, as long as their kids are okay, they are fine. So I'm going to start with you, CB. Is this a valid feeling from a mom? Do you feel like this woman, yes, she has ground to feel like this, or no, maybe she's going too much, maybe she's doing too much, maybe she shouldn't worry, and I don't know. Just share your impression around her struggles, CB. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Coach Michelle. Honestly, I don't think she's overreacting, and this is my opinion though. I feel like he has neglected her and he's insensitive to her feelings, and also maybe along the line, do people actually fall out of love? Something went wrong. Why are you going to neglect the mother of your child? I mean, she literally gave you that child. Without her, that child will not be there. So personally, I feel like there is more. And then the whole feeling jealous of your daughter, no, that one is not healthy. It's becoming something else. It's not healthy at all. You shouldn't be jealous of your child. I mean, if you look at it in a way, he's giving the daughter the attention, but he's not, how do I put this? He's not making life easy for his wife by neglecting her own needs. That's your wife right there. And I saw a post recently where there's this very popular actor. He said, I love my wife more than I love my kids. And people are saying that's how it should be. That when you get married, your spouse comes first before your children or your kid. So I'm not married. I don't know how it feels to be married, but I kind of feel like it makes sense that your spouse comes first. I don't know, forgive me. If you have a contrary opinion, that's fine. But I feel like your spouse comes first, because at the end of the day, the kids will leave you and your spouse back home. So why is he treating her like that? And then this is where a lot of people will be like, maybe the relationship between the dad and the daughter is not should I go there? Maybe it's not it's not healthy, that maybe he has something intimate going on, because I mean, in the world today, a lot of things are happening. As much as I hate to admit that these things happen. So because why are you neglecting your wife? How come you're not how are you okay seeing the woman you got married to, become a shadow of herself? She's jealous of your own daughter. Come on, there is more. There is more, and this woman is suffering emotionally right now. At this point, she needs help. She needs help because she needs to talk to someone. And Coach Michelle, this just goes to say that she has a very terrible relationship with her daughter. Because if you have a good relationship with your daughter, whatever this is will not continue to go on for this long, because I have a feeling that that's been going on for like years. How old is the daughter anyway?
The first one is
Man,
27, and then 25, and 2023.
what?
27, 25, 23, and the 27-year-old who is like educated but doesn't have a job yet is actually the one that the husband, she overheard the husband telling her that, hey, don't worry, at the end of the month I'll give you money to start a business. And she has been begging this man to give her a little bit of money so she can extend her clothing business. She said, I contribute to the household. I've been asking him for money to extend my business. He said he didn't have money, but I just overheard him telling our first daughter that, don't worry, I'll give you money to start at the end of the month so you can start a business. And she's like, and then when she goes, and then she shared this with her daughter. She's like, look, I mean, dad is doing all of these things for you, but he's not doing it for me. Like everything I ask is a no, you know. And the daughter's just like, they just joke about it, and they go like, well, maybe you don't know how to take your husband, you don't know how to talk to him, you don't know how to, you don't know how to push that button. Well, girl, lady, what can we say? What can we do? And she's like, you know. So yeah.
That woman is not okay, Coach Michelle. I didn't even know the girls were that grown up. That woman is not okay. She needs help, like urgent help. She needs to talk to someone. And then to think that the daughters are that grown and they cannot see anything wrong with what their father is doing, that right there is the problem. That right there is the problem, because if the girls cannot see, I thought they were like maybe teenagers. Even teenagers are smart. They are really smart these days. Not to talk of, we are in the Gen Z era. And Gen Z now, I think this year, Gen Z, some of them are 30 this year. So, hey, oh my God. I just hope it's not what I'm thinking. I just hope it's not what I'm thinking. Why on God's green earth is your wife suffering? Financially, you're not there. Emotionally, obviously, you're not there. He might even be doing some, play away match outside. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh God, have mercy. Hey, my God.
I know it's
She needs
crazy,
help.
but again, like I said,
I'm trying so hard to digest. I'm trying so hard to digest this whole story. I mean, Auntie, you don't have relationship with your girls. So what happened when they were teenagers and puberty and all of that? You know that conversation where mothers and daughters usually have, don't let a man touch you, you get pregnant. Oh, my mom actually did that to me. Madam Jane, you did this to me. My mom told me once a man touch me, I'll get pregnant. Oh my God, African mothers and the way they actually give their XCS education. I was like, once a man touch you, you get pregnant. So I want to know, did she not have that relation? Oh my God, may it never be our portion that we don't have a good rapport with our teenage girls. That when your daughter is of age, when she's menstruating and all of that. Oh, that's when we have all these funny conversations. That's when your mom is teaching you how to use a pad and all of that. Oh my God. No, 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 no. I think she has been through a lot. If care is not taken, she might just end up in the psychiatric home. She needs help. She needs to talk to somebody that the man respects. Because there's this thing my dad used to tell me when he was alive, God bless his soul. He said you get married into a family where you know that your husband respects someone that if something is going wrong and you're like, they talk to him, he will listen. Someone that he respects. Because if you get married into a family where your husband does not respect anybody, it's a big problem. Nobody can talk to him. He'll just do as he likes. So they need to have a family meeting like ASAP and iron this whole issue out. They have to ask him, bro, why are you not giving your wife money? Why are you neglecting her? Like in every aspect of that marriage. She's just there. She's just existing. In fact, at this point, I don't know roomies, Coach Michelle, because they're no
Yeah,
longer husband and wife.
yeah.
They're neighbors. Roomies are still close. They're neighbors at this point because there's no relationship. Every God and those girls know I'm disappointed because hello, please don't give me that thing of that it's their dad's fault. No, at this point, as a girl, you're grown. Once you're 18, you're supposed to have sense. Oh, daddy, what you're doing to mom is not good though. That's why I said maybe there's something intimate going on between them. Let me stop for now so that I can give
You
room
know,
for
you
other
mentioned something.
panelists
You
to speak.
mentioned something so important, Sylvie, that uh, like
Uh-huh.
don't marry a man that doesn't have anyone that he looks up to. You want to have,
Exactly.
you
That
want
he
to be,
respects.
yeah, that he has someone that can like really sit him down and talk some senses into him, because. And again, this saddened me. This story, it hits like really in a different spot because I know someone, like I said, in my family who is going through this, and I promise you that there is nothing you can tell this man that can make him change. We have tried. We have tried. Like what we decided to do as a family is that we support that woman a lot because she is married into our family. We support her a lot, like
Mhm.
whatever she needs to do, like financially and stuff like that. We really be there for her, and she knows it. And I believe this is one of the reasons why she is staying, because coming from a very extremely poor family and married into this like financially okay, I'm not going to say that we're rich, but we are kind of okay family, and she's probably looking and be like, if I leave this place, I'm going from like a little bit to like nothing to like -10. But at least there's this, my husband is this way, but at least his family is very good to me. And I believe that's why she's finding the strength to stay. I'm not quite sure about this other woman, the one that sent the letter today, but Miss Elise, when you were reading that story, you said that welcome to the club. Miss Elise, tell us.
Yeah, this story is very interesting. This is what I call an absent wife and absent mother. You know, Relationship are built from day one. You cannot marry a man that you don't have control over his finance. My sister, if you're on a trip, don't just know when your trip will end. You're not married. If you don't have access to a man's finances and you don't have a say to it, don't marry him. You'll be miserable. Oh. Her own self, no, no, her misery have just started. You'll be miserable. When they say this to women, they say, it doesn't matter. He manages his money, I manage my money. Are you crazy? This is the consequences of women that think that they're smart, fast way to where would they tell them. Don't marry a man that you cannot control his finances. The Bible says where your treasure is where your heart is. Any man that cannot show you his money and include you when spending it, my sister, you're on your own. How can you be married? Your husband has money you don't know. How? Is it magic? Welcome to the club where men love their daughters. It's true, where they have a relationship with their daughters. But the fact that you don't have access to means you're not married now. You're just a how they call it, surrogate mother and a housewife. A running chores. You're not a wife. That's what she is. Because number one, she don't have discipline for her children. She did not train her daughters. We have to say things as they are. She did not train these girls. I don't know where a daughter that loves her mom, where the mother trained her well, you see her father, as CB said, mistreating the mom, and she will say, you don't know how to manage your husband. So we manage him more than you. That's how we can get what we want. To tell you that, Mama, you are fail, oh. You're not a real woman, oh. Mama, we are not women yet, so we're not yet married, oh. We know how to monitor this man. Then you
Wow.
cannot. So her daughters are insulting her. You see, they say fresh insult, direct insult. Mama, you're not woman enough. Oh. See how we are just turning your husband up and down. You cannot even have anything from him. It show you that this woman has failed. You know, failure. When somebody from outside reminds you of your failure, it doesn't pain as much as when it's your own child that reminds you of your failure. This is more than deep. This is more than regret. This is more than sorrow. This is what she wished like she never had these children. But because of what the way you lay your bed, that's how you I mean, the way you fix your bed, that's how you lay on it. She's the reason why she's going through what she's going through. I don't have pity for her. She created a situation and she should live with it, or she'll have to change it by showing them gra. She will have to change her character. When this one speaks, she hammer ham slap, boom! Don't talk to your mom like that. You try the day you will see. Sit the man down, say from today, money is coming from me. She will, you know how you go do as if you don't create for house. Everybody will adjust.
Are you saying that this woman is weak?
She's very weak. Weak self good. This woman is I don't know if she's existing. Because if you have to create zombies that will be standing against you in the name of children, then you are failed as a mother. How can you be a woman, you train women that have no sympathy for you, their mom? How can you train children that have no education? How can your own daughter tell you that, Mama, you don't know how to manipulate our daddy? We manipulate him better. That's why we get, it's your problem. Oh. Failure, Coach Michelle. Failure. Where you stand to tell your mom, say, she doesn't know how to how? This woman has failed because she failed as a wife, she failed as a mother. When they tell people that you people should be strong, women, men don't like weak women. People think that it's a lie. Oh no, yes to everything. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Men don't like it though. Men love trouble. They love a woman that will say, hey, baby, you're not doing this, so it's not working. Go up, go down, it's not working. You stand by it. They will know that, this is my wife. Oh. When she don't want something, she don't want it. No, you want to be, I don't want to give him trouble. Anything he wants, as long as he give me this small money, it's okay. As long as he's paying the bills, it's okay. The remaining money he can do whatever he wants to do. That's the remaining money that he's doing whatever he wants to do with it. Because he understand that you accept everything and nonsense. That's why he will just do small things in the house and he will still take money from your business to add into what he has to do as a man. So in fact, this woman, she needs flogging, flogging. We don't pity you, Mrs. Woman, if you're listening to us. You cause your own problems. Now we'll have to find a solution for your damages. You have to sit your daughters down and tell them that you're their mother and what they are doing is not good. You have to retrain them and become a little bit
Before you
strong.
get into the solution, Miss Elise, let's allow Luke to add to this. And then we'll get into the solution. We'll give her like some practical steps.
Yes, ma'am.
Luke, what are your thoughts around this? But thank you, Miss Elise. Thank you for bringing up.
Okay, this is a very tricky, tricky story. Uh, when I first saw it, I was smiling. I was smiling. I said, first of all, I wanted to ask, was the man taking care of her when was the man giving her money when they just got married, or was it when the children has grown up? That was when she saw these signs in the man. You see, somebody said in the comment section that this story is more than what is just posted here. This story is just deep. We don't really know everything. The person just summarized everything for us. But I think from the story, from what was read to us, maybe the man has not been doing it before. And again, secondly, what is your daughter doing at that age, not getting a job, not working, still at home? And as a man, you are still satisfied with that kind of a daughter. What is your daughter doing at? I'm not saying it's bad to be in your house at that age, but your daughter is not working, and she's true. She's 25 years, 27 years, 25 years, 23 years, 2 years age gap, and they are not working. They are still in your house. You are the one feeding them, accommodating them, giving them pocket money every month. I know you have money. That's okay. That's good. But isn't your daughter supposed to work, or are you training her that when she gets married, she should be a sit-at-home mom? She just sit at home and starts waiting for her husband to provide for her, because that's what I see here from what the man is doing. Though he's trying to help his daughter from his own angle, I don't see that. And secondly, I wanted to add this. You see, I I see jealousy from the woman. I also see something deep from the man. Someone was trying to see in the comment section that maybe the man has other feelings for his daughters. So I was trying to go from that angle. You see, they didn't mention the boys here. He said he has 3 daughters and 2 sons. They didn't mention about the sons here, only the daughters. So I'm trying to see from that angle. Does he have feelings for his daughter?
Stevie,
Does he have
Stevie also
feelings?
thought of that.
Does he have feelings for his daughter? Because I don't think, even if your wife has a little business, a clothing business like that, and you keep on spending on her, even if she's not asking, and you have the money, can't you also give her pocket money, stuff like that? Your daughter should be you spending for your daughter like that, and you neglect your wife that bore your children. So to me, I see something deep in this story. To me, the story is not really complete. There's something fishy in the story. Maybe the man has feelings for his daughters, stuff like that, or maybe just too overprotective of his daughters, just want to take care of them like that. And if that's the case, to me, it's spoiling them, because they will eventually see that that's how men behave, and they won't see the need to work. They need to work. So that's my take for now. For now, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, look, I'm gonna just clarify that one of the issue exactly is the fact that he's wanting to open a business for one of the girls, and why his wife has been begging him to give her money to extend her business. So he's actually doing some stuff toward making his daughters to become independent, but at the expense of his wife.
I
So
know that. I also read that part also, but
yeah,
it's not because the woman was becoming anxious, becoming. How would I put this the grammar now? It's not because the woman was trying to ask why is he not showing love, why is he not helping her financially. That's why he's trying to help. He's trying to help the daughters open a business. The daughters are at home, 27 years, not working. They don't have a job, and now because your wife is now asking questions, you want to open a business. That's how I'm seeing it, man. That's how I'm seeing it from my own angle.
yeah, but it's not an isolated incident though. I mean, just to put out there that this man has always favor his daughters over his wife. And again, like I said, in my family, for instance, the girls are not big enough that you will think that maybe dad is having feelings towards his daughter. Like this man has been doing that since day one, since like the baby was born, you know. And I'm thinking for my part is that even like knowing, reflecting on what is going on in my family and reflecting in this other story that are pretty similar, I'm thinking that this man doesn't love this woman. You know, some men sometimes will marry just out of convenience. Okay, I'm at age. All right, what woman? Where is a woman who is available? And then he gets married to her. And then the feeling is not really there. The woman maybe is like feelings some part of his life that will be like empty if she wasn't there, like maybe keeping his house clean, giving him those precious kids, and contributing financially to the management of the house. So all of that is important, and maybe that's the only reason he kept this woman in his life. So if I want to like use an X-ray and really kind of assess this situation, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna find out that this man probably like is seeing. I don't want to believe that he has some feelings, like some unhealthy feelings towards his daughters. I want to give him that benefit of the doubt, right? But I will also, I'm pretty sure that this man loves someone else. I'm pretty sure that this man is seeing someone else. You know, our Africans brothers. So this woman is just there for convenience, because you cannot treat a woman that you love like this. And it's so sad that her daughters cannot relate to her pain, because they're forgetting that they are women, because even the 23-year-old can be married already. They're forgetting that tomorrow they might be in someone else's house, and the person could be treating them the same way that their dad is treating their mom now. They're failing to see further than the tip of their nose, which is sad, right? Miss Elise said, for instance, that give claps. They're pretty women. Like you, like I'm pretty sure if this woman will start that now, it will be too late, because they might end up being fighting, you know, like really fight. Because how do you slap like a 27-year-old? Like, I mean, it's just I don't believe in that anyway as a way of correction. But it's sad. It's very sad. But I want us to take some comments. CB, let's take some comments, and then
Okay, ma'am.
after that, we will give them some practical advices. Hopefully, will help them.
Okay, ma'am. Before I take the comments, I want to quickly say a shout out to Sister Yinko's Pepe. She's in the building. I just saw
Hi,
a comment in the comment
Sister
section. Welcome, sis. Welcome, sis. Are you still here?
for being
Thank you
here.
for joining us, ma. Okay, so I'm going to start reading the comments. The first one is from Comfort Adagri. Comfort is saying, is the woman suspecting the daughter? That's from Comfort.
Who knows?
And then yes, and also this one is from Comfort too. Comfort is saying the man is giving the woman room to be suspecting that something is going on between the husband and the daughter. This is serious. So I'm taking the next comment, and oh my god, still from Comfort. Comfort is saying the woman is passing through emotional trauma, which we can clearly see. I mean, it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
Let me take the next comment. The next comment is from Christiana. And Christiana is saying, hope the man is not having something to do with his daughter, Sha. That's what everybody's
That's crazy.
yeah, everybody's actually thinking in that direction, and it's crazy because a lot of things are going on in the world, so can't blame them. And now this one is coming from our own Chinko. Chinko is saying, seeing a spouse side with a child against the other parent is distressing and usually reflects a mix of emotional patterns, relationship dynamics, and practical pressures rather than simple malice. Chinko, you write this one. Coach Michelle, do you have anything to say to this comment? Like what's
I mean, You guys are right. I still don't want to believe that there's anything fishy going on between the husband and the children and the daughters. Again, because like I said, I have a case in my family, the kids are still little, and the man is doing that. And when you want to look at our African, like guys, look around you and really deeply look around you, you're going to see that, especially in our African society, you're going to see that a lot of men, because they are unlearned, feel like loving their wife is weakness. I'm sorry to say this, but that's kind of the impression that I get just from looking at
You are
society,
not wrong, ma.
African
Yes, you're not
society.
wrong.
You know, like growing up, if you will see your neighbor, a man, um, sweeping the floor or the compound, you see other people
They
will
call him a
criticize.
simp.
Yeah, they'll be
Mm.
like, "What is she giving him?" And God forbid his mom comes and meets him doing that.
While he's sweeping. Oh God.
Maybe I wash clothes. She will be like, is this what my son got married into? Is this the kind of
Mm.
suffering that my son is going through? And it is sad because when you love a person, you have only one obsession, is to serve them. Is to serve them.
Exactly.
The Bible says that Christ has so loved the church that he gave himself for her. And he is advising astonishing men to do the same for their woman. Man loves your wife just like Christ loves the church and gave himself for her. How do you, as a man, love your wife like Christ or give your life for her? We're talking about life, guys. What is sweeping the compound compared to giving your life? What is washing her
Hmm.
clothes compared to giving your life? What is putting her on a pedestal compared to giving your life? I mean, men who have understood this, they live by it. And unfortunately, society, especially the African society, will misjudge them. They will call them weak. Like in my country, they will say, Miss Elise can relate to this, that she gave him tobasi. Tobasi is a charm that you put in the food and give to your husband.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
they'll be like, oh my gosh, he ate tobasi. That man, is a love case. Why? Because he loves his wife. And because of that, it sends the wrong message to other men in the same society, in the same culture. To like, don't do that. You know, you have to man up. Like some men even take a pride to like talk rubbish to their wife when other men are around. Do you guys remember we talked about like Mark Angel, the
Yes,
Nigerian?
like humiliating your wife in front of your friends.
Like his wife was like, he always humiliated me in front of his friend. African men, because the wrong message is being sent to like our young men, they feel like I'm a man when I put my wife down, when I try to make her
Hmm.
seem ridicule in front of other people, when I talk trash about her when I'm with my parents. That's when they know I'm a man. But if I
No,
go
you're
there
not a man, you're a
if I go
boy.
to them and be like, my wife, oh my gosh, the apple of my eye, she's my princess. Oh, please don't talk crazy of my wife. Then other people be like, huh, what did she put in the food for you? You know, and then just, you know. So I feel like this is a man trying to be a typical African man to be like, you woman, you have your little shop out there. You can fend for yourself. I'm gonna be a good father. I'm gonna care for my father because yes, in our African society, no one has ever been criticized for like taking good care of their children. No man. In the contrary,
Hmm.
people clap for you. Oh, he's such a good father. He's such a great father. I have my friend Sandrine. She lives in Houston. When her dad of blessed memory passed, I traveled there to for the wakekeeping, and she
Hmm.
gave this testimonial of her dad, and she said that my mom left him with 4 kids. I was like 11 or 12. She left. She walked out of the marriage. And my father was left to raise us kids. And she goes like, my dad was washing my clothes. I was in high school. My dad was washing my clothes, my underwear, and you will see him on like outside. You know how we wash clothes in Africa, and he was there washing my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
happily. You understand? So a man doing that, nobody will see. Doing that for the kids, it's okay. He didn't have to hide. He will sit out there in the compound. Everybody will see him washing his beloved daughter clothes. But the same man wouldn't do that for. I mean, I'm not talking this more specifically of for that, but men wouldn't do that for their wife, especially in public in Africa, you know. And I'm like, maybe this is what is happening here. This man feels like I'm loving my daughters. This is the right thing to do. And my wife, well, she's just my wife. Didn't I marry her? You know, especially in a society where marrying someone is like doing them a favor. Didn't I marry her?
Exactly.
You know?
And that right there is the problem. Like, I have a problem with that. You are not doing any woman a favor by marrying her. You are not rescuing her from anything. You are choosing someone that is going to have your kid or your children, and you're choosing a lifetime partner. So what's with it? You know that, Coach Michelle, some people actually go into marriage with this mindset that their spouse is already their enemy. Why would the marriage crash? If you have that mindset and then you have to, I think marriage comes with vulnerability. You have to be vulnerable. If you're not ready to be vulnerable, marriage is not for you. Like, you want to build a wall around you. It's just you. Let's take more comments. Let me know.
All right. Yeah.
Keep
Right.
talking. So
Yes.
this is from Favor. Favor is saying nothing like when a woman works and earns money. Okay, that's from Favor. And then Chinko is saying, tell your husband that you don't like the way you are treated and your daughter
Um,
is pampered.
Maybe before you take more comment, before I forget, I wanna kind of address that comment from Favor. Nothing like when a woman makes her own money. It is wonderful. I am a career woman. I make my own money, but guess what? Nothing like your husband's money. I just wanted to add that there.
Husband's money is sweeter. Oh, Coach Michelle, yay! A man's money is actually sweet. Let's be honest. Let's forget all this independent thing. Okay. Let me take the next comment. The next comment is from Mercy Kendra. And Mercy is saying she didn't handle the situation when her daughters were kids. Whoa. I think Mercy is insinuating that this started a very long time.
Yes, I
Like when
100%. Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So let's take the next comment. The next comment is from Favor. Favor is also saying she's weak and have no say in her home. Submissive wife. Whoa. I felt that. Do you know that, Coach Michelle? Do you know that right now, especially in this part of Africa, when they call you a submissive wife, it's they're not they're they're insinuating that you are a slave.
Yeah.
You know, because of the context in which some people actually explain submission. They think submission is your woman doesn't have a say, or she shouldn't have a mind of her own. She should just be like a robot. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, then yes ma. No, please, there's more. I beg. Person you got married to has a daughter now. So this message is from Mercy. Sorry, comment. Mercy is saying she caused it. Maybe she was okay with the way her husband doesn't give her money when they got married, because if she wasn't okay with it, she should have done something about it earlier. Whoa. The woman is suffering from low self-esteem, obviously. When you feel like you worth nothing, that's what you get. So let me take the next comment. The next comment is from Juliet. And Juliet is saying he doesn't have any feelings for his daughters. I just see a dad showing too much love to his children,
I
and
agree
he's not
wholeheartedly.
doing it the right way. Coach Mitchell, I think Juliet is buttressing your point.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Juliet, for that comment. That's another angle. And then this one is from Christina. Christina is saying, can you imagine opening business for the daughter instead of the mother? It's sad. She can't do anything about it. She needs help. Let me take the next comment. Next comment is coming from Black Girl. Black Girl is saying some parents are to be blamed for being over friendly with their children and forgetting boundaries. Boundaries is a key word here. How dare they talk to their mom like that? Exactly. How dare you talk to your mom like that? That's your mother, for Christ's sake. And this one is coming from Believe. Believe is saying, I don't think that the husband has anything sexually to do with the daughter. It's just that maybe the mom doesn't know how to ask for money from her husband. Whoa. I don't know. I don't think I agree, but that's your opinion, and it's cool. Anyway, the next comment is from. Oh, I think that's all for now, Coach Michelle. That's
All right,
all for
guys.
now.
Okay. So, yeah, all these comments, yeah, I agree that it started when the kids were so young, and the mother didn't like do anything at that time. And again, it's easy for us to, like Miss Elise said earlier, that she is please, again, sometimes you have to kind of be mindful of where people come from, where they are coming from, right? Miss Elise, a man wouldn't treat you anyhow. I know you. You are educated. You travel the world. You've seen places. You've been places. You are learned. So a man is not going to come and start treating you like a village girl, for instance. So a woman who, again, my thoughts are flying everywhere. Thinking of Tina, who said that she has low self-esteem. She lost her mom. She had no one. Everybody was like, her brothers were older. She didn't have a support. Now this man came in her life and supported her and stood up for her. Even when he cheated, she couldn't leave because that's low self-esteem. So sometimes you have to kind of like understand people's story. So this woman, maybe she started noticing this when the girls were still little. And maybe she didn't have enough substance to rely on. She didn't have enough support to stand up for herself. Because also some men, especially this kind of men, they have a knack to choose the kind of woman that is weak, that is like has been traumatized, that has been disadvantaged by society, and now because they know you coming from that broken place, there's not so much you can do, so some women will see it. Yes, my husband doesn't really care for me, but what do I do? I give you guys an example in my own family. This woman, she sees it. What will she do? He's the breadwinner. What will she do? He is educated. She is not. Her parents are deceased. The place she came from is more country than where she lives with her husband. Like, will she go back there to like, that one to like go from like 0 to like -20 with no education? So it's hard. And again, I want us to kind of brush over something and just like now. I don't want our show to be that show where we come here to empower women to become unsubmissive. CB, I wish I could download that video that you gave to me. I tried, like right now, I couldn't. It's not downloading.
Okay, Coach Michelle.
That
Coach
video.
Michelle.
Yes.
Okay. Can I quickly read this comment from Sister Yinku's Pepe? I think
Yes.
it's very important. Let me read.
Yes. Yes.
So, Sister Yinkus is saying there's nothing wrong with a submissive wife, but our Africans have turned that to a word. Sorry, have turned that to a word to a degrading term.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I understand what she's saying. Now they've changed the whole meaning of submission. They make it something else.
Yeah. So,
And
I
then
mean,
this other one, let me just quickly read this one.
okay.
Okay. So this one is saying there are she's reacting to the letter from the heart. There are some things that can't be rectified if it has been going on for far, far too long. He may not be able to change because he was never corrected. Thank you, Sister Inkos.
Yeah. And
Thanks for you, ma.
which is why, CB, you said, thank you so much for that comment, Sister Yinkas, which is why you said in the beginning of we as placing this letter, CB, that it's important to marry someone, a man who has someone that he reveres, someone that he listens to, someone that you can go and call for for support when things are not working, when this man wouldn't like reason, which is why it's so important. I mean, like this woman is already married. Maybe it's too late, but you is not married yet. Be sure that when you say, before you say I do to that man, that is someone that man respects so much that that man will listen to. Because at the beginning of a relationship, it's all rosy, it's all nice. You just don't want to believe that there will ever be a misunderstanding, right? You are just in that floating phase. So it's so important to have someone that you both can be accountable to. It's so important, because then in this case, in situations like that, this person will step in and will really hopefully help this man to reconsider his ways, right? So before you interrupted, Ted, I was saying that we are talking about very
Submission. Yes.
submissive woman. And Miss Ellis, for instance, said this woman, I don't know, she's like a mumu, right? Pardon the term. But how do we? I don't want this channel to be that channel that comes to empower women to become rebellious to their husband. This is not our mission here. But meanwhile, we see some women who have allowed too much, who have permitted too much in such a way that it has become detrimental to their well-being. Because again, this thing she should have like put her feet down in the beginning and be like, no, it's no, let's not do it like this. No, my husband, you're not doing this thing right. How come like maybe you only call to check on the baby? What about me? Don't you think it's also important that I would love for you to check on me? So how do we create that balance, Miss Elise? How do you remain submissive to your husband while setting strong boundaries? And this also go to you, Sister Yin, because you do an amazing work in your channel, empowering women and even men, giving those life-saving advices. How do we as women maintain that good balance that, hey, I'm going to be submissive to you, but I'm not going to accept crap from you? Miss Elise, how do we attend that?
Submission number one goes are both ways. The husband submit to the wife submit to the husband. There's no way like a woman alone submitting. No, I don't buy that. It's rubbish. Because when you go and even for me, submission even does not exist in marriage, to be honest. It should not exist. It's just respect one another, and then make decisions that benefit the family, not the husband, not the wife. It's not because I'm a man, then your selfish interest, they will do what you want because you are selfish and full of yourself. It's not gonna work. That's not marriage. Marriage should be taking decisions that benefit both partners. That's marriage. So submission does not exist. Should not exist. But respect. You can respect you can respect your husband by communicating expectations. It's like at work, they tell you this is what they expect of you, this is what there's a code of conduct. The same way when you get married, you should have a code of conduct. You should say, baby, this is what I expect from you. You have been doing this, but I'll prefer you to do it this way because this will make me more happy, or this way will make me more accomplished, or this way will make me more feel more like a wife, or this way will make me feel more liked. But in this case, Coach Michelle, this relationship don't have communication. They're not communicating. And if you look at it very well, there's no longer love. They don't love themselves anymore. And if this woman now, the man and the children are form a gang against her, and she doesn't feel love and everything, for me, you know what you did not start. When you start it 27 years later or 28 years later, you have already formed a rebellious husband, a man that feel like he has been doing it for 28. Okay, so the child is 27. Let's say they got married 2 years before. Almost 30 years, the man has been treating you like trash. Do you think he wake up one morning and treat you well? Well, they say there's not what God cannot do does not exist. Maybe she should organize a family meeting and speak to the elder of the family. That's if she's love in that family. Oh. Because some families say you are there, you're just nobody will take your side. I don't know if the man is treating her this way. Is his family accepting her as a wife? Is she just there as a as an individual? I don't know. Is the man does he have someone she can talk to or have a meeting with him one on one and say, babe, I've been going through this all these years, but I need a change, you know. I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel loved, I don't feel appreciated. I cannot give you 5 kids and I'm asking you to boost my business. And instead for you to boost my business, you want to open a business for our child when my business is there, almost closing up. It's not good. Tell me, at what point do you reverence me? At what point do you put me first? I come first before the children. She has to resonate with him. But the problem is that is she courageous enough to put all this vocabulary together? Can she stand and talk to him? Because there are some women, they are scared of their husbands. There are some women, they cannot talk to their husbands. There are some women, when the woman cough, they shake, they tremble. My sister, that one, you're on your own. Oh. You have to be able to stand your ground.
So that we don't kind of get lost away from the question.
Yeah,
And
I don't know, Coach Michelle, she
you
has
say there's
first to,
no submission in marriage. Is that did
there's
you?
no, no, there's no submission in marriage. What submission is a bad word because submission is like being under an authority. You understand what I'm saying? It's like being subject to an authority and obeying instructions. That's submission, right? We are all submitted to the will of God, but we are not submissive to a human being. No, we're not subject of a human being. No. When you submit, you have no say. You understand? When the word of God is yea and amen, you have no say to it. They say avoid sin. You cannot tell God that I can sin 1 hour and go back to you. No, you have no say. You have no. So you have to obey, and that's it. That's not marriage. Marriage is about compromise. That's what the Bible says, submit one to another. It simply means that there are times where you have to obey the other person. You understand? That's why for me, I subtract submission because I cannot be with you, Coach Michelle, and I expect you to do everything. Hey, hey, hey. Shh, shh. Eh, 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 eh. It's okay. Okay. I cannot be with you and expect you to just do whatever you want. I mean, whatever I want you to do without putting a word. You understand, Coach Michelle? So I tell you, Coach Michelle, you are doing this from now on, you're doing this, and that's it. Even whether you like it or not, that's submission. That's not marriage. Marriage is like is communication. Is you telling me that okay, I know you want us to do it this way, but what about if we do it this way for the betterment, for better result and everything? And it's you seeing the hid the you know the hidden spotlight where I don't see you see better. That's what the Bible says. Two are better than one because they have a better result. You know, they have better award. So if you want to be in a marriage where you cannot say anything, you cannot correct, you cannot give an idea, you're a slave. You're a slave. That's why we when you give your life to Christ, you become a subject, you know, to Christ because you don't have a say. You just follow the rules. You understand? Because God does not tell you come and arrange the commandment with me. No, you just have to obey whatever He says, right? But marriage is different. It's about compromise, submitting one to another. That's why when God puts it, He put a how they call it? He put a test there. He said women should submit to their husbands, right? According to the will of God. So a man you're submitting to should be subject to the will of God. You're not just submitted. There's not just submission to a man. No, there's a condition there according to the will of God. So the man you
So
have to submit to should be in
in
the will
other
of God.
you are for submission, but in the will of God.
In the will of God means that man himself should be following the will of God. Means, and when you said something, a man should be ready to die for his wife as Christ died for the church. If a man wants to die for you, what is giving you money for business? He will do it. Otherwise, it's easy than dying. You understand? What is talking to you nicely is easy for him than dying. Do you know what is dying? Dying is the ultimate sacrifice. And if a man has not gotten to that, washing clothes, what is washing clothes? What is cleaning the house? What is washing your children? So if you look at it very well, Coach Michelle, women have more grace in God's eye. Women, because they say submit to the will of God. So if he does the thing according to the Bible, you listen to him, you abide with him. You understand? Because he himself is abiding to God's direction. So
Mm.
any man that will say, "Oh, submit yourself to everything I say," is not scriptural. It's according to the will of God. This man does not show love, does not show appreciation, does not show consideration to his wife. And at what time does she have to submit to him? Submit to what? To the negligence, or to the no love showing, or to the no affection, or to the fact that she's already stressed and she's already disbalanced in her own house, where the
Thank you,
man give more. So,
Elise.
Coach Michelle,
Yeah. Okay.
so
So you are not against submission. In other words, you are not against submission, but it has to be done according to the will of God.
for me, submission should be subtracted out of marriage. What I consider is respect, mutual respect, and communication.
Okay.
Mutual respect and communication. And for me, this woman should go for therapy, because I think before she comfort her husband, she has to work on herself. You understand? She has to ask herself so many questions. Why did she allow people to treat her the way they're treating her? Why
All right.
can't she speak for herself?
Let's
What
get.
happened in her life in the past that made, because Coach Michelle, sometimes our backgrounds, right, determine our action or reactions in life. You understand? Maybe she went through some things in life that made her be a yes wife, or be a it's all right, or putting people before her. What
Mm.
happened? We have to go back there. Or was she mistreated and it affected her self-esteem? How do we bring it back? You understand? So she has to go back and work on herself with a therapist, and see how she can regain self-confidence, self-respect, self-acknowledgement. So when she work on herself, now she can confront her husband and her children.
Miss Elise,
Until then,
you're giving her some advices. So just hold that thought. I want us to take a
okay.
comment from Sister Yin, because I think she actually also answered this, right, CB? The submission part.
Yes, ma'am.
She
Yes,
said
ma'am,
something
she
about
did.
submission. Okay, let's hear from her.
Okay, so this comment is from Sister Yankus. It says, this is a two-way street. When you both submit to one another, I term it as respecting each other and looking out for one another. It's both ways in the best interest of their union. That
Mm.
is submission. That's submission. Yes.
Okay.
And then there's another comment also from her. She said, Sister Yinko said, but our religious folks will only think about submission from just the woman's angle, which is wrong. That's slave master territory, right? Right there, when it is a one-way street.
All right. I mean, you're right, Sister
Okay.
Yinkas. Thank you for that comment. I believe that is both ways. I mean, Miss Elise is like, take the word submission. CB, you sent me that video. Unfortunately, I couldn't download it. This woman is taking her
Which
vow.
video is that? Maybe I can send you the link.
This woman getting married, and in the altar, like when the officer is telling you the words that you should say, like
The
I
vows,
promise,
yes,
the vows,
exactly.
I promise to love you in poverty, in health, in this. I promise to obey you. Was it obey? Was that obey?
Yes, it was obey. Yes, she
I
said
promise
to
to obey, to love.
to cherish and obey. Then she said
This
she's not
woman
obeying
said
anybody.
no. Like, hey, please keep going. I'm not gonna say that word. I'm not gonna say obey. And her husband is like, her husband to be is like, babe, just say it. Look, people are here. She's like, I'm not saying it. Let's keep. And she's like, I'm not gonna obey you. I'm like,
Yeah, Coach Michelle, I did the same thing in court. I said I'm not going to obey. That part, I'm not going to do it.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm not
Miss
going to do
Elise,
it. I'm
Miss
sorry.
Elise, you're kidding, right?
I'm not for what? Obey what?
Obey what? Obey who? You remember? I just
No,
remember that one
I'm not
scene.
doing that. I refuse. I refuse. I'm not going to obey nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this woman did it. She
Whoa.
was like, let's skip that part. Let's get going. I'm like, anyway, I wish we'll try to download that video. We'll play that here maybe next week, next Sunday. Do we have any other comment? People are just cracking. Guys in the comment section, would you say obey in your marriage? Like in your wedding, would you say obey? Would you
No,
pronounce that?
remove it. You see, we don't obey. Oh, don't say you obey. No, don't accept that.
I watched another movie. A lady said it was love you in riches and poverty. She was like in riches and riches. She was
Yeah,
like,
riches and riches, not poverty, because poverty will come if you invite poverty.
my goodness.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
say poverty because everything you say will.
Okay.
Because Michelle, you know that whatever we say will happen, right? We are prophesying into the future. So if you say in
Yes.
poverty and riches, you are inviting riches, and then poverty will also say, "But you invited me. When am I coming in?" Poverty will come in because you invited poverty. So don't say that.
Miss Elise. Miss Elise, I'm actually with you on that one. I frown out in sickness and in health. Please stop. Bro, don't bring sickness on the day the day that I'm actually happy that I'm getting married, my day of joy. You're telling me sickness and in health. I'm going to make sure that that vow I'm not taking it. And first of all, whoever the officiating minister, I'm going to have to sit you down and talk to you one on one. No negative words. First of all, don't do that. Sickness and in health, in riches and what the? Don't do that to me.
So
I'm
in
not
that case,
saying
I
it.
feel like this thing should be discussed ahead of time. Then, like the couple should talk
Exactly.
first. The couple should agree on these things. It's so embarrassing that during the ceremony you both are there disagreeing over something like this. I'm like, this marriage is ending before it even
Yeah.
starts. Like you both should talk about those
Start.
words. Hey, babe, we don't want no poverty. We don't want no obeying. We don't want no submissing. We don't want any of those words. So that you guys agree, and then you take that to the officer, and to be sure that everything goes smoothly on that day. But do we have any other comments that we want to take before we hear from Luke? Because I'm still wanting to Luke. I want you to tell us, how do you balance between submission and boundaries? So I want to hear Luke on that. But do we have any other
Okay.
comments that you want to take?
Yes. This one is from Sister Yinku's paper. She said the Bible explicitly says submit one to another. So yes, submissive wife plus submissive husband. I think that is clear,
Okay,
crystal clear,
I
and
agree. I agree. I mean, I feel
direct.
like the Bible is really that manual, right? Like if we will go according to the Bible, I don't think anyone will have any issue. Like I mentioned this the other day that oftentimes when you hear a man complaining that my wife is not respecting me, because this is what it's about. Woman, you respect your husband. Husband, love your wife. Those are the words of Apostle Paul. Oftentimes when you will hear a man saying that my wife is not respecting me, just before you draw any conclusion, before you make any comment, just take a closer look. You're going to see that this is a woman who is fed up. This is a woman who is not heard. This is a woman who feels unseen. This is a woman who feels unappreciated. This is a woman who feels emotionally neglected. This is her way of being like, I tried pillow talk, it didn't work. I tried quiet talk, it didn't work. I tried to draw your attention anyhow I could. It
She
didn't
probably
work.
fasted and prayed.
I
Oh my
tried
God, some people are
fasting and
fasting for the wrong
praying.
reason.
It didn't work. Now I am fed up. And now when she start expressing that, this man will be like, yo, she's not respecting me. You guys, I gave you the example of this person in my family. We discuss her story here. My wonderful husband is a cheat. And she told me that I decided I'm not going to iron his clothes anymore. And he got up that money, was like, so Mrs., you decided that you are not going to iron my clothes anymore. No money for food stuff today. What do
Can
you
you
think that man is?
imagine?
What do you think that man gonna say out there? And mind you, the reason why she decided that she's not gonna iron his clothes is because she was like, this man is sharing our resources with two houses now. He decided to have babies out there. He's taking care of them.
Hmm.
Paying for house rent over there. He's paying for food over there. He's paying for medical bills over there. I mean, he's doing it for both houses. Why should I be the one carrying the load to make him look nice when he goes out there? So I wash his clothes. I did not iron. And then he got up in the morning. What do you think he's going to tell people? Like when he gets like to his friends, and the friends go like, oh, your shirt is wrinkled. What do you think he's going to say? My
Well,
wife is
Coach
wrinkled.
Michelle,
My
she's
wife is
actually a nice person. Me, I will not wash. She even try. She wash them. Me, I no go wash. Let your other side chick or side baby mama do the washing. Ma, can I quickly take this comment from Chinko? She was
sure.
answering your question.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So Chinko said, if, oh my God, network. Okay, Chinko said, if this is submission, I know they submit, I know be mathematics. I think she's reacting to what the lady is going through.
Yeah.
The lady we're actually talking about, the lady we're addressing.
Yeah.
It's serious, man.
So look, we haven't heard
Okay,
from
so
you in a while. Yeah, it's tough. You look. Do you want to say anything about balancing submission and boundaries?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, First of all, I'm not married, so I'm going to give my advice based on how I see the story. I want to understand it, and how I understand it. So, Kushmish, I heard you say something earlier about women, that men only maltreat women who are from the village, stuff like that. I'm just paraphrasing it. I'm going to how you said it. That if a woman is well to do, she's intelligent, a man can't maltreat her. A man can't treat her anything anyhow. You see, I believe last week I said something. I said all women are different, even all men are different. So maybe it's possible that an intelligent woman, and a a well-to-do woman can also be maltreated. It's very possible. It all depends on how you carry yourself. It all depends on how you put yourself. There are some village women I don't that we see, or in quotes, I would say that they don't have sense like that. They can even they can even be more serious than those. They can even be wiser than those intelligent women that went to school, that have money. You see, that's why I say women are different. It's just the way you carry yourself. So I'm trying to just say, what you said, I'm trying to say is 50-50. It happened both ways. And you see, Miss Ellie said something that this marriage, they are lacking communication. Maybe the woman is not communicating enough to to the husband in the marriage. And I see that too. You see, communication to me is not there. It's not there. The woman is not speaking out. She's just trying to grumble in the background. She's just trying to make her stuffs known from the background. I mean, the man is seeing it, and that's how I see it too. I think she needs to come out and talk to the man, and tell the man what is the problem, what is happening, what can we do. And as Auntie Yuki said something earlier, that maybe the woman has been allowing this stuff to go for some time, and now they cannot control it any longer. I still see that as a true, that's as the right thing too. And talking about making vows in the church, making vows, stuff like that. You see, churches have different denominations. So what works for me might not works for you. You see, what works for me might not works for you. You see, I believe when they said obey, when you are taking an oath of marriage in the church, and they said obey, or in sickness and in health, in poverty and in riches. You see, nothing in life is certain. Nothing in life is certain. That's it. That's the fact. Anything can happen in life. And when those things, for example, when someone is sick, or when your spouse is sick, or when your spouse who was rich when you got married to him or her and they become poor, will you still stay with him? I think that is the paradox. That is the clause where they said in sickness and in health, in poverty and in riches, stuff like that. I think those things are not bad as they say it. Though some churches, some denominations are trying to erase it from there. I can't judge them. That's the way they see it. I can't judge them. That's the way they see it. But I think to me, it's okay to say it. It's okay to say it during oath taking. And also submissiveness. I don't really want to erase that from marriages. It's good to be submissive. The man, Antiochus said, the man and the woman they must submit to each other. That's the truth. That's the truth. The man must love his wife, and the woman must submit as Christ loved the church. So that's the way I see those things. And in this story also, the woman has to communicate. The woman has to sit the man down, talk to the man, or look for someone that the man respects better. Look for someone that the man respects, maybe among his friends that the man confide in, and talk to the man's friends to talk to him. That's the way I see it, man. That's my advice to this woman here. Thank you.
Okay, look, thank you. I mean, again, like you said, like Miss Elise said, it all comes down to communication, right? That's how we set boundaries because we are social beings. We have to like find those ways to be able to communicate to other people our needs, our frustration, and do it well and be sure that our point get across right properly. But one little thing that I wanted to just kind of respond to you, look very quick because we extended a lot today, is that when I say that some men will treat like a woman who's not educated, who doesn't come from like a supportive background and all of that different, oftentimes, I wasn't saying that like well educated women are not also like in abusive relationships. You will see, like, I mean, look at celebrities. Some of them have been cheated on, right? It happens every time. But when it comes down to why do they choose to stay? This is what I have seen around me. This is not me talking as the coach who wanted to come and talk here. This is me talking as someone who lives in a society and who watch. I watch a lot more than I speak. I like to observe. Oftentimes, this woman who stay, I have a lot friends, families who stayed in like not healthy marriages. And I have come to analyze the situation, asking myself, why is Miss X staying and Miss Wise is not? Why? What's the difference? And I've come to the conclusion that the reason why some decide to stay is because, yes, low self-esteem. But where does that come from? From lack of education. Because mind your confidence comes from knowing your craft, right? Your craft, I'm sorry. Confidence comes from knowing your craft. So lack of education, this woman who will stay in these marriages, lack of education, lack of family support. Oftentimes I will see that most of them have like maybe the parents are deceased. Meaning that if she was to leave that man, if she was to leave that house, she will go back to like nothing. Oftentimes these women, their family actually counts on them. I have one here in town going through that. But you know, when you live in America, your whole family counts on you. First of all, you're not educated. Second of all, you don't have like parents that can support you. They're probably deceased. And thirdly, your siblings, your nephews, your uncles, all of them look up to you. And then you find yourself in a place where do I go? To start where? With what? What do I have? That's only the point that I wanted to put here. But a woman who's like educated, I took the example of Miss Elise, who has traveled the world, who has learned 2, 3 languages, who can like find a job anywhere in any part of the world. It would be unfair to ask both of them, hey, just leave. No. The other one leave to go where? To work where? To afford what kind of house by herself with the kids? But on the other hand, this educated woman, of course she can leave. Of course she can find a job. Of course she can like rent a house to herself. Of course she can do that. We need to be mindful of this. So this is why some women will stay. Even when the husband cheats repeatedly, they will stay because where will they go? They don't have enough substance to be on their own. And when you want to educate this woman, your advice to her as a coach, as a friend, as anyone wouldn't be leave. It will be like, hey, is there any way you could go back to school? That's usually how my conversation go with this kind of women. Is there any way you could go back to school? Is there any way you could learn a craft? Is there any way you could increase your income? Is there any way? Because that's where we start. You want to empower her to the place where she's so confident in what she does in herself that she can come to the realization that, hey, if I separate from this toxic man, I'll be okay. I'll be all right. But she can't just live like that. So I just wanted to point this out. Okay, guys. Miss Elise, CB, I don't know, is CB still here? We love CB. Miss Elise, give her one or two practical advice, and then we'll pull the curtains.
Yeah, as I was saying, I want her to get therapists and go back and see who can talk to her husband. But I don't know if this man can change, to be honest, because some people don't change. And me, I don't believe people change. Me, I believe people, it's either they are good or bad. They may pretend for a while just because they have been corrected, and they want to make as if that, I mean, pretend to change, and they'll go back to their old craft. So people don't change. This man will not change. She should sit down and work on herself first. Okay, her business. If she's been doing this business, what is stopping the business from growing? And if the man does not invest money into expanding it, can she expand it by herself? Can she survive on that business? Does she feel loved? Because I feel this woman is broken, not only broken, she's empty, not only empty, she's not loved. So is this marriage mentally a good place for her to be in? Does she choose herself? She has to ask herself so many questions. And the children are grown. Maybe she's staying in that bad marriage because of the kids, and she wanted the kids to be grown and everything. Okay, now the kids are grown. Does she want to continue in this marriage, or she wants to move on? Can she move on? Can she choose her? Can she first work on changing the man to see if he will change a little bit or at all? If he will not change, can she bear it? She bear it for 30 years. Can she bear it for the next 30 years? So these are questions that she has to sit down and answer. And hopefully the man will not change. So it's up to her. Can she change the approach to the situation, or just move around the situation and move on? So she has so much work to do here, both mentally, spiritually, physically. And at the end of the day, it's about her. Once she goes through therapy and find happiness and find herself again, and go through all the treatment she needs to go through due to the trauma maybe she experienced in her childhood or something. If she can get healing and get help, I think that will help us navigate through the situation, and that will really help her. Maybe she needs like therapy, couple therapy. After the personal therapy, she'll need couple therapy where she'll go with her husband and they'll try to find help, maybe marriage counseling. Because I've noticed that many people get married without marriage counseling, right? They don't go through that. Because when you go through marriage counseling, they'll tell both of you if you're compatible or not. And they'll tell you, okay, if you want to adventure, these are the challenges you face. Are you ready for that or not? Or they'll just tell you like, don't do it. If you want to do it, you're on your own. So I think they do not go through marriage counseling. Maybe it's time for them to go through that, and also go through marriage seminars with her husband and see maybe they say it's never too late, as you usually say, right? There's always a chance to do things right, which I don't believe in, but since you believe in it, let's go with your belief. Maybe this time around God can do what only him can do, because physically, humanly, with my human eyes, this marriage has been over long ago. This woman is just surviving in this marriage. She's not even loved. She's not respected. She's not appreciated. She's nothing. but just a surrogate mother and a housekeeper, you know. So let's see. I don't know. Let her work on herself and see if she can approach the situation in a different way. But this man will not change, obviously. So it is what it is. You know, she accepted it, and it's too late to make changes. You know, maybe she has to make changes within herself. Not for that. That man will not change. But except miracle worker, those who want to change people that God has refused to change, maybe they will help God do the work. But it is well. We feel her pain. It's really sad. And also to mothers, women who have daughters, use strong hand on these children. Your children cannot become your enemy in your own house. Means you fail as a parent. Your children are not your friends. Your job as a mother is to educate them and give them the right way to follow. Your children are not your friends. They are never your friends. When they grow up, they're adult, you can become friends. But that a child will be talking to you like this, can you imagine? Means you failed the training, I'm sorry. So the consequences of using soft hand to train children, this is the result. Let's face it and bear the consequences. Thank you, Coach Michelle.
Thank you so much, Miss Elise. I mean, you said it all. But one other practical advice that I would say to her is that you said that out of your small business, you are contributing toward the house. If this man has enough money that is like opening business to your kids and wouldn't help you, maybe consider stopping the contribution that you're bringing to the house and reinvest the money in your business so that you can extend it, right? And also have a family reunion, just like Mr. Lee said, like have like someone that your husband listen to, or just between you guys, like the girls are grown enough to be part of that meeting and to actually understand. Tell them they are ladies like you, they are like at age, tell them that, hey, tomorrow if your husband treats you like this, how would you take it? And that one, maybe let your husband open that business for her. As soon as she start like working on that business, give her like maybe 2 or 3 months to leave the house. I promise you, you wouldn't be like careless parent if you tell your 27 years old daughter to go find a place because now she's making a little bit of money. You wouldn't be a mean mother for doing that. Actually, you are empowering her to be able to stand on her own. So just like those little practical steps. If you were the one like in charge of buying the food, don't do it. Let him do it. He loves his kids. He's not going to let them starve. So he's going to be sure that money is coming for that in the house, and reinvest that money in your business, expand your business. You are the number one. You are your number one cheerleader in all of this. Your daughter, your kids don't support you. Your husband don't support you. So don't let yourself down. I always say this. I have this philosophy. Everyone can let me down, but I will never let myself down. So do what is good for you, and be unapologetic about it, and the Lord will help you. Okay, the Lord will help you. If this is the only thing that you have against your husband, I feel like I am convinced that it could be worked on. It's not a hopeless case. So things can still go the right direction, but if you use wisdom. So I pray that God gives you the wisdom to not just keep all of this inside your heart, because I can tell that you have a lot of frustration within. You have a lot of resentments within. No, you want to let that go. You want to be more vocal around what you're feeling, right? You don't want to keep that. It has been scientifically proven that there are some type of cancer that are due to stress. So you don't want to stress yourself to death. Stop telling them, hey, you, Missy, get that business going, get out of my house. And you, 25-year-old, start thinking about your exit plan because you're getting to that place to 23, same thing. You know what? It's about time that you enjoy your life with your husband and do what works for you. Don't keep it in. Voice it out. That's all I had to say. So, guys, I think we did justice to this case, right? Hello, Miss
Yes,
Elise.
yes, we did. Yes, we did.
All right. All right,
Mm-hmm.
guys. So I'm gonna let you go here. I will see you next Sunday. I'll see you next Sunday, same time, 1 p.m. And guys, continue to come back to the channel and like and share. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more active on the channel. It's been crazy, but hey, yeah, we'll do the best that we can. God bless you. You have a wonderful week, and may the Lord protect and keep you until we see you again. Bye.
Bye.
Across the borders, across the sea, different worlds, one destiny. From the heart, not fantasy. This is love and clarity. Across cultures, across the pain, we choose truth over temporary flame. If it's real, it'll remain. Love across borders, say the name. I've seen tears fall in foreign calls, late night prayers in airport halls. I've heard women question their worth, and men afraid to love out loud. First, I don't sell dreams, I shine a light on healed love, grown love, conscious sight. If you're ready, come sit with me. This table's built for honesty. Is it intentional? Is it honest? Is it healthy? Then let's talk about it. Can it last? Can you handle truth? Can you love right? Then welcome to the room.